Rogers was once a man who let emotions cloud his judgment. He loved deeply, trusted easily, and gave his all. But time and again, he found himself entangled with women who played mind games, testing his patience, manipulating his emotions, and leaving him broken. At first, he sought revenge, then he sought understanding. But what truly set him free was wisdom. Instead of reacting, Rogers turned to the ancient teachings of Zen and Stoicism. These philosophies taught him that true power doesn't come from controlling others. It comes from mastering oneself. And so, through discipline, self-awareness, and detachment, Rogers discovered four unshakable principles that made him immune to manipulation and a man of true respect. This is his story, and these are the 4 ways he outsmarted those who played with his heart. 1. The art of non-attachment. The warm glow of the evening sun cast a golden hue on the cafe's terrace. Rogers sat across from his lover, a woman who once had complete control over his emotions. She smiled sweetly but tested him often, playing with his time, keeping him uncertain, making him chase. But today was different. Rogers had changed. He had embraced the art of non-attachment. The test begins. She leaned in with a smirk. "You must really like me, huh? I bet you'd be lost without me." Before, Rogers would have taken the bait, reassuring her, proving his love, fearing her absence. But not today. He simply sipped his coffee, meeting her gaze with calm indifference. "You know," he said with a faint smile, "I enjoy your company, but needing you, that's a different story." For the first time, she looked unsettled. The shift in power. She tried again. "If I left right now, would you even care?" Rogers put his cup down gently. He remembered the Zen teaching, "Let go of what does not serve you." He also remembered the Stoic lesson, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Seneca. So, instead of reacting, he nodded slowly and said, "If you feel the need to go, then you should. I won't stop you. I only hold on to what's meant for me." She blinked, caught off guard. This was not the Rogers she was used to. The moment of realization. There was silence between them. The weight of her games, the little tests she played, now felt meaningless. He had changed. She shifted in her seat. For the first time, she was the one unsure. "You're different today," she muttered. Rogers smiled, stood up, and tossed a tip on the table. "I've just learned that attachment is weakness. Love is a choice, not a chain." He turned and walked away, calm, in control, untouchable. And as he disappeared into the city lights, she realized she had lost her grip on him. Lesson: when you stop craving something, you stop being controlled by it. Never fear losing someone who doesn't fear losing you. Zen wisdom: let go of what does not serve you. Stoic wisdom: we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Seneca. At one point, Rogers obsessed over what went wrong. He craved validation, replayed past conversations in his mind, and wondered why he wasn't enough. But then he realized his suffering came from his attachment. He learned that the more he chased validation, the more power he gave away. So he embraced non-attachment. He stopped needing constant affection, approval, and attention. He no longer feared being alone. And something strange happened. The women who once played games lost their grip on him. They could no longer manipulate him because he was immune to their control. Lesson: when you stop craving something, you stop being controlled by it. Never be desperate for attention or love. Walk away without fear. 2. Mastering emotional control. Rogers sat alone in his dimly lit apartment, his phone screen glowing in the darkness. A message from her appeared. "Sorry, I was busy. Maybe we can meet next week." He had seen this pattern before. Excuses, delays, hot and cold behavior. She was playing with his heart, testing him, seeing how much she could control his emotions. Before, he would have reacted, demanding answers, showing frustration, trying to make her see his worth. But this time, he just smiled. Rogers had mastered emotional control. The first test, the silent response. Instead of replying instantly, instead of overthinking, he put his phone down. He remembered the Zen wisdom, when the mind is silent, the world surrenders, and the Stoic teaching, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Marcus Aurelius, she expected him to react, to argue, to ask why, but he didn't. The shift in power. The next day she called him. A test. Hey, you didn't reply to my message last night. Before, he would have apologized, shown neediness, given her control. But not today. Rogers took a slow breath and replied, "Oh, I saw it. I was busy too." Calm, unshaken, unbothered. For the first time, she was the one feeling uncertain. The moment of realization. She tried again. "So, are you mad at me?" Rogers smiled and remembered the Stoic principle. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. He calmly replied, "Why would I be mad? I don't expect anything from anyone. I just observe." Silence. She didn't know how to respond. Her games no longer worked. The man she once controlled was now untouchable. Lesson. He who controls his emotions controls the game. When you stop reacting, you stop being manipulated. Zen wisdom. When the mind is silent, the world surrenders. Stoic wisdom. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Marcus Aurelius. Women tested Rogers. Some tried to make him jealous. Others disrespected him to see how he would react. Before, he would argue, get angry, or let emotions cloud his judgment. But no more. He learned the power of emotional control. He trained himself to never react emotionally. When tested, he remained calm. Instead of feeding into arguments, he responded with silence and logic. His composure made him mysterious and respected. His emotions were his own, not a toy for others to play with. Lesson. The one who controls his emotions controls the interaction. Stay calm and you automatically gain the upper hand. 3. The power of walking away. Rogers sat across from her at a quiet rooftop bar. City lights flickered in the background, but inside, he felt nothing. She laughed at her phone, barely paying attention. He saw the signs, delayed responses, last-minute cancellations, the way she kept him as an option but never a priority. He used to make excuses for her. He used to wait, hoping she'd change. But tonight, everything changed. He remembered the Zen wisdom. A wise man lets go of what he cannot keep. And the Stoic principle. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Marcus Aurelius. At that moment, Rogers decided he was done. The test. Would he stay or walk? She put her phone down and smirked. "You're so quiet tonight. Are you mad at me?" Before, he would have said, "No, I just want to talk." Before, he would have tried to fix it to prove his worth. But not tonight. Rogers leaned back in his chair, exhaling calmly. "No, I just realized I don't belong here." She blinked, confused. "What do you mean?" He smiled. "I mean, I don't chase people who don't value me. I don't wait for someone to make up their mind about me. I know my worth, and I'm done playing games." He stood up. He wasn't angry. He wasn't emotional. He was just done. The walk away, power in detachment. "Wait, where are you going?" she asked, her voice uncertain. Before, those words would have pulled him back. But now, he kept walking. He had mastered the power of walking away. He had embraced the truth. The man who leaves first is always the one in control. And as he disappeared into the night, she realized she had lost him forever. Lesson. The strongest man is not the one who fights for validation, but the one who walks away without fear. Never beg. Never chase. Know your worth. Zen wisdom. A wise man lets go of what he cannot keep. Stoic wisdom. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Marcus Aurelius. Rogers realized something profound. Scarcity creates value. When he was too available, too eager, he was taken for granted. Women assumed he would always be there, so they toyed with his emotions. But Rogers flipped the script. Instead of begging for love, instead of waiting around for someone who disrespected him, He walked away without anger, without regret. And the results? The women who once played games were left confused and intrigued. They expected him to chase, but instead, he vanished without a trace. They were left confused and intrigued. Lesson: the man who is willing to walk away first is always the one in control. Never stay where you are not valued. 4. The silent power of self-improvement. Rogers sat in his car outside her apartment, staring at his phone. A text from her flashed on the screen. "Hey, sorry, I've been busy. Maybe we can hang out next week." The same pattern, the same excuses. She was playing games, keeping him as an option, not a priority. Before, this would have bothered him. Before, he would have asked, "What did I do wrong?" But not today, because today Rogers had discovered the silent power of self-improvement. He thought of the Zen teaching, "Do not seek the truth, just stop clinging to untruth." And the Stoic wisdom, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Marcus Aurelius. At that moment, Rogers realized his value wasn't something she decided. It was something he built. So instead of replying, he put his phone away, and he got to work. He hit the gym harder than ever. Each rep, each set made him stronger, not just physically but mentally. He doubled down on his business and career, turning late nights into success, making more money, building his empire. He read and studied, filling his mind with wisdom, discipline, and purpose. He disconnected from distractions. No more waiting, no more chasing, just self-mastery. And as the months passed, he became unstoppable. One night, his phone buzzed again. "Hey stranger, I miss you. Let's catch up." Rogers saw the message, smirked. Before, he would have dropped everything. But now, she was an afterthought, because by leveling up, he had outgrown her completely. Final lesson: the best way to outsmart those who play games? Become so great they can't play you. Success is the ultimate revenge. Focus on yourself and the world will chase you. Zen wisdom: do not seek the truth, just stop clinging to untruth. Stoic wisdom: waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. Instead of wasting energy on women who played mind games, Rogers turned inward. He realized the best revenge was not anger, nor proving a point. It was becoming so great that their games no longer worked. He focused on his fitness, his wealth, his peace of mind. He built discipline, worked on his passions, and became a man of value. And the result? The same women who once tested him came back chasing him. But by then, Rogers had leveled up too much to care. Their games no longer worked on him because he had outgrown them. Lesson: the best way to outsmart those who play games is to rise above the game entirely. Become a man of value, and no one can manipulate you. The man who outsmarted the game by leaving it. Rogers didn't beat these women at their own game, he stopped playing altogether. Through Zen detachment, Stoic emotional control, the courage to walk away, and self-improvement, he became a man women couldn't play, but only admire. And the greatest victory? He no longer needed anyone's validation. If you master these 4 principles, you won't just outsmart manipulative people, you will become untouchable. Are you ready to walk the Rogers path? And there you have it, 4 powerful Stoic techniques that turn emotional manipulation into personal growth and inner strength. Remember, true power isn't about revenge or playing counter games. It's about reclaiming your mental sovereignty and finding peace regardless of how others behave. If you found value in these ancient wisdom principles, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of modern Stoics. Drop a comment below sharing which technique resonated most with you, or any personal experiences where Stoic wisdom helped you through relationship challenges. Check out our other videos on mastering emotional control and developing unshakable confidence through timeless philosophical principles. Until next time, stay strong, stay wise, and remember, the only person who controls your happiness is you.